friends, in the last class we had a discussion on the problems of flow of current using the formula I is equal to Q by T. That is, we defined current and we made many problems in that particular concept using the relation I is equal to Q by T, where I stands for current, Q stands for charge, T duration of the current flow. And we also had a discussion how to ensure a continuous flow of current. To attain continuous flow of current, what to do? We took the aid of battery or dry cell, which is a booster of electrons, which is having EMF, electromotive force within it, which is being bestowed by the chemical reaction being taken place in the battery. Whatnot, everything we dealt with. And at the last, we had a small discussion over how many circuit formations are there. There are two circuit formation, open-ended and closed one. Closed one means completion of circuit. Open-end means the circuit is not closed, means current doesn't pass through that. Okay, now we are going to learn about how the diagrams will be formed in each case. Okay, now let us see. Closed circuit. Closed circuit means this is a closed wire. A wire is just shaped as a circle. So this is a closed one. So that we call it as closed circuit. Now let us see in a electrical circuit how it is closed. Here you see this is a dry cell from which potential difference has been generated. So here the current is passing through a bulb for which a key or a plug or a switch is connected. Okay, it is the on position of the key. When it is in on position, this terminal is attached to this one and the circuit is closed and bulb glows. Here we can see the bulb will glow. In closed circuit, we will see the glowing bulb because here the plug or key or anything is closed. Okay, so this format is called closed circuit. When we come to open circuit, you see open circuit means you take a cycle. Here the two ends were not meeting. When two ends were not meeting, this is called open circuit. This was not closed. When it is not closed, the flow of current will be stopped here. Let us see in the electric diagram. This is a battery, dry cell. Current has been passed through this key. Okay, and this will give the bulb the current. This will pass the current to the bulb and bulb will glow. Okay, as and when the key is in on position, like this. But now you see the key is in off position. You see the end of the battery cell, the connection from the battery, just have no contact with the plug or key. It is terminated because we off the switch. When we off the switch, the link will be terminated. Okay, then there would be no continuous flow of current. When there is no current, when this link was broken, you see this link was broken. When this was in a broken position, it won't supply the current to the bulb. So you can't expect the bulb to glow. So what we have been seeing, all these things we have been seeing in daily life. You are using a torchlight, using batteries. You are just pushing up the switch given on the top of the battery torchlight. When you move it to front side, there would be the contact would be joining the two terminals. If you push it back, this contact will be like this. So you are just getting back the contact. When you are pushing the switch front side, the contact would be overlapping and the circuit is finished. means it became a closed circuit. That's why the torchlight will glow. When you push back the switch, the circuit will be opened. The torchlight will switch off. That's what we have been seeing in all our electrical switches, all the circuits what we have been using in our daily life. Okay, this is phenomenal difference between closed circuit and open circuit. So next what we are going to learn is how the symbols of different concepts, like what is the symbol of a battery, what is the symbol of a switch, what is the symbol of a resistor, and what is the symbol for a rheostat, and what is the symbol for a voltmeter, what is the symbol for a ammeter. That we will write just to know the things. Okay, so some symbols are just you go through a big line parallel to a small line. A big line parallel to small line is denoting the connection of a battery or a dry cell, where the big line indicates positive side and small line indicates negative side. This is the positive terminal is called anode. The positive terminal is called anode. The negative terminal is called cathode. Okay. While representing the electrical cell, you should be in a prepared manner that the big line always should indicate the positive terminal and the negative terminal will be indicated by the small line. Both lines are parallel to one another. And this is called anode. The terminal is called anode. Positive terminal is called anode. Negative terminal is called cathode. Okay. Here one by one, if same lines are drawn one by one, it is series of batteries are connected to mount in a big dry cell. Okay. Next, this is plug or key. You see here, plug, key or switch, what we have been using in our houses, plugs. Here, this is the symbol for that. If there is nothing is inside of these brackets, this indicates the circuit is in off position. The circuit is in off position and circuit is open. If nothing is inside of the brackets, it indicates open circuit. That means there is no flow of current. It was terminated. That means switch is in off position. Switch is in off position. Okay. Next you see, when these brackets are having a small dot, this refers as a plug key, which is a closed one. So switch is in on position. Circuit is closed. When circuit is closed, the current is passing throughout the circuit. Means the bulb glows. Okay. So this indicates a small dot within the brackets indicates plug key is in closed circuit. It is in on position. Here you just mind one thing. The plug key is closed means circuit is closed, switch is on position. Here plug key, circuit is open, switch is in off position. You just don't get confused. Okay. Next thing is these ups and downs curve indicates resistance. What is meant by resistance? Resistance is the that is the one quality to resist the flow of current in the conductor. Okay, resistance is nothing but the phenomena by which a conductor resists the flow of current. Though it is a conductor, it has, you can't define, it is 100% conductivity is there. There is at least 20%, 30% resistivity are there in some metals. Some are having more resistivity and some are very less resistance material. You take copper, it is having low resistance. When you take tungsten, that we have been using in as a filament in the bulbs, high resistance. Though it is a metal, it is having high resistance. So resistance is symbolized like this. And the next thing, rheostat. Rheostat is represented like a resistance, but one arrow and is marked with C is there, that represents the rheostat. What does it mean? Rheostat is nothing but rheostat is also a resistance, but it is having a variable resistance. Variability means, you see, this is a jockey or a key. If you put the jockey here, you are having resistance at this level. If you put the jockey here, you are having resistance for this much only. Okay, like that, this key will be adjusted according to the resistance required. So adjustability is there in rheostat, adjustability is not there in the resistance. So rheostat is nothing but adjustable resistor. What is rheostat? Rheostat is nothing but an adjustable resistor. You can adjust the resistance to what level we need resistance. That much we can modify by using the jockey. Okay. So some other signs also there, just will jot out. Next one is ammeter. Ammeter, for what we use ammeter? Ammeter is used to measure the current flow, to measure the current in the circuit. That is represented by A. And always ammeter, I already told you, always ammeter is connected in series. And how series is connected and how parallel is connected, what is parallel series, what is series, that we will learn next. But you just learn that always ammeter is connected in series. Okay. Next come to voltmeter. Voltmeter also same way. The circle is symbolized with V. This is plus and minus. And always voltmeter is connected in parallel. So why we use the voltmeter? Voltmeter is a device to find the potential difference between the any 2 points. Okay, that is also connected in, that is only connected in parallel. Okay. Next thing, galvanometer. This is also identified by symbolizing G in this. So what is galvanometer? Galvanometer is a device to detect the flow of current. It is a device to detect the flow of current in the circuit, whether we are having current in that circuit or not. That we will detect by using galvanometer, and there is no rule which terminal has to be connected to positive, which terminal has to be connected to negative. That hard and fast rule is not there in the galvanometer. You can connect to any terminal. It is free of terminal. So you can connect this to positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Like what we connect in capacitors, we are using in motors. Capacitors are connected to negative or positive, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is also connected in series. Okay, next, this is indication of bulb. This indicates the, you see, when you observe the bulb, filament will be indicated inside of the glass bulb, glass chamber. This is the picture of the filament. Okay, this is indicated by, this is the indication we use, this is the sign we use for indicating the bulb. And you see, the last but not least is wire joint. What is a joint? This is a wire. This is the wire is going in this direction and this wire is coming in this direction. There is a joint here. This is indicating the wire joint. So these are the normal symbols that we come across in electrical field. Okay. Next, diagram of the, how we give diagram for different devices comes in a circuit. In a circuit we have to place ammeter in series. While giving voltmeter taking the place in parallel and galvanometer in series. And all these devices we can make a circuit, and where and how they will be placed, that can be represented in a circuit. But I don't tell you the circuit right now. I will tell you the circuit after completing what is series connection and what is parallel connection. If you know about the series connection, if you know about the parallel connection, circuit can be drawn easily. That will learn in afterwards. Okay, after completing the series and parallel, we will go to circuit of the total devices. Okay, now we learned about a beautiful topic, Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? Ohm's law. Ohm's law, it establishes the relationship between the current flowing in the circuit and the potential difference between the two terminals. It just establishes a relation between V and I. V is nothing but PD, potential difference, and I is current. Ohm is a scientist. He has defined the relationship between voltage and current. Voltage means potential difference and current flowing in it. He defines how he has defined. He says that the current flowing in the circuit, that we denote as I, is directly proportional to the potential difference between the two terminals. Okay, he has said that the current flowing in the circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference between the 2 points or the two terminals. Okay, what he has given, just to tablet. So, if I is the flow of current in the circuit, current is denoted by I is proportional to current is proportional to potential difference. How you represent potential difference? V. So Ohm has established a relation that I is proportional to V. What does it mean? What does it mean? As and when the flow of current increases, the potential difference increases. In converse, you say, as and when, I will say V is proportional to I. Because current generator is here. Generator, V is the potential difference. Dry cell is the generator. Na? When I is proportional to V, automatically V is proportional to I. What does it mean? As and when we increase the potential difference between the two terminals, automatically the flow of current will be increased. Okay, so if you increase the size of the battery, the current will be increased, I will be increased. If you decrease the potential difference, current will be decreased. So this Ohm's law envisages us, as and when we decrease or increase the potential difference, the current flow will get affected directly, proportionally. If you increase, it will increase. If you decrease, it will decrease. Okay, and now you see, when V is proportional to I, V by I is always a constant. When V is proportional to I, the relationship is always constant. The increase or decrease, they go on proportionately. So if you draw a graph taking these two parameters, okay, then it is showing a constant value. So V by I is always represented by a constant. Here this is denoted by R. What is R? R is a constant that depending on the material, the characteristics of the material. In some metals, in some conductors, R is very low. In some conductors, R is very high. That I already told you. In copper, R is very low because it offers very less resistance for the flow of current. When you take tungsten, which is also a conductor, but the resistance in that is more. It offers more resistance to the flow of current. That's why those tungsten and nichrome, those metals we have been using in heaters, bulbs, etc. Why we are using and why we are using that material in the bulbs, and that we'll discuss later. Okay. Now is equal to R. So R is called resistivity of the material. So V by I is equal to R. That implies I is equal to V by R. You see here, when V by I is equal to R, I is equal to V by R. Here you see, I is equal to V by R. If you concentrate on this relation, what tells us? You see, if flow of current is increased, you see, I will write again, I is equal to V by R. What it tells? I and V. If I increases, V increases. Okay. If I is doubled, V also gets doubled. If I is offed, I mean to say current is offed, then potential difference gets offed. If potential difference gets offed, current automatically gets offed. You know the relation. By the relation, what in the examination you will be asked like this. If in a circuit, if current is offed, what is the condition of potential difference? Then this relation tells us if current is offed, what is the stature of the potential difference? It also gets offed. If current is doubled, potential difference also gets doubled because they are in proportional. They are directly proportional. Okay. Now you take the case of R, which is in denominator. That denotes it is inversely. I is inversely proportional to R. Okay. Here it is saying I is proportional to V, and here I is inversely proportional to R. I is inversely proportional to R. That means if I is doubled, what happens to resistance? If I is doubled, resistance gets offed. Okay. If I is offed, what happens to resistance? Resistance will get doubled. Because there is a relation in inversely proportional to. The inversely proportional relation says that if it is doubled, what happens? It is resistance is decreased twice. Okay. This equation you also can write like this. R is inversely proportional to I. If you take this equation, R is inversely proportional to 1 by I. So by this what we can know? If resistance is increased, automatically flow of current will get decreased. If resistance got doubled, what happened here? Current will be offed. If resistance is 4 times increased, it is also decreased by 4 times. Like this, a twist of questions will be given in an examination using these relations. You have to concentrate on the relation only, thereby you can attend to any sort of twist he has given. Okay. So by Ohm's law we had a proportional relationship between current and voltage, and we derived how the resistance of the material is impacting the flow of current. If the resistance is high, flow of current will get reduced. Like this. All the things we got it from Ohm's law only. So tomorrow in the next session we'll learn about the units for the resistance, and we'll also plot the graph between current and potential difference, and we'll do some problems on that. Okay, today we'll end the session here. Okay friends, if you like this video, please click on to like button. Please don't forget to click on to like button, and do share it to all your friends. Okay, and next you subscribe our channel if it is not happened so far. Okay, good day.